Yo. How's it going? Yes, Recon again. Every Sunday will always be Recon. Hello, how's it going? What's up, 7040? 740, not 7040. Cat, hello. Oh yeah, someone said Pickle Rick earlier. Here's my, I have to finish putting more stuff on here, but yeah, buddy. This is my favorite one. Where is everyone today? Is everyone hungover? Is that what's happening? What's up, Sia? Oh no, we're not doing ASMR. Don't you like? Does that feel fine to you? I don't think you want to hear me do ASMR, dude. No, thank you. I swear. Streamlab OBS hates me. Every time I start streaming, I complain about the fact that I have to go to my settings, change my notifications, fix it to be the new ones. And every single time, it reverts itself back. I'm gonna rage quit on OBS one day. Just watch. I am pretty tired. I went out drinking last night. Surprise. I crashed pretty early, but there we go. It's fixed. No, I deleted all my old. I had a bunch of old skins on there or themes on there, and it's all gone. It keeps going back to the default. I just gotta get rid of the default mode. If you're watching yesterday, I got really excited over the new terminal on Windows, so I figured it out. I spent a lot of time last night on creating this gorgeous thing right here, and it's really, really done finally. Put some shortcuts in there. Put my key back on here finally, so I can just connect this way. Sometimes I don't take a lot of breaks. I just sit down, hack for a while, find some bugs. What's up, JD? I hack a little bit, find some bugs, or if I don't find some bugs, until I get really tired or pissed off, then I, walk away for a little bit, maybe like 15 minutes. Go get a drink, go walk around, whatever. And then come back and go at it again. And sometimes I don't go back at it again. It honestly depends. I have times where I watch TV in the back. Well, I say I watch TV. My wife watches TV in the background. And I do my thing while she does that. So it all depends. I don't really have like I don't have a ritual, if that's what you're asking for. All right, Recondb. Shit, I don't remember even where we left off last time. Uh-oh. Don't do this to me, MySQL. Oh, it's not MySQL. Wait. It doesn't matter what I put in there. Why? Why is this happening today? Let's Google for it. This is not going to be fun. Hold on. Am I on the right server? Hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm on the right server. What? Yeah, let's just start it again for a sec. Oh, nice. There's nothing in there. I thought it would be in Etsy. Oh, it's MariaDB, that's why. Let's see. How to restart MariaDB. I know as a fact, if I look at my chat, someone's posted a comment on how to fix this. But for a second, I'm not gonna look. I don't have service on Ubuntu. That's a CentOS thing, right? I thought it was. Let's just restart it. Let's stop it, maybe. Okay, that worked. Did that work? Come on, buddy. Nope. Yeah, this was working a while ago. I don't know why it's not working now. I would just sudo MySQL and it would work. Yeah, I plan on making some more videos. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Oh, boy. Let me just reboot this box real quick. Oops. Yeah, but what I don't understand is why does any of that make a difference when this was already working? This is what I don't get. Either I'm connecting to the wrong box, because this worked for the past 2 weeks. Oh, there we go. Nope, maybe not. Nope. Oh, shit. Every morning there's a problem with the streams, I feel like now. Oh, great. Where'd that go? Thanks, Windows Terminal. That was fun. Whoops. Yeah, but I don't understand why there's no such file. This was not a problem before. Alright, let's see if this exists real quick. But why would it be... So there's my SQL in there. Would it help if I just touch that file? Let's see. Would it help if we create this file? Come on, are you shitting me? If you haven't in real life, there's cleared in this, okay. I just don't want to lose my database is what it is. I have so much data in there. Let's see what's in there isn't anything in there either. That's great. Delete my Etsy conf, my conf, using so MariaDB and MariaDB server. I don't want to reinstall, that's the thing. I don't want to lose my database. It's owned by MySQL. Recondb is in here at least. Maybe I could just take this one off. Where do you see MySQL bin? I'm not changing it to 777Y. Let me see. This is very annoying. I might have to just switch over. Alright, just comment this out. I don't think that's a problem though. Maybe it was. Nope. Let's try this again. What the f... Alright, let's try... Let's try this. I don't remember installing MySQL, but nothing on there. Are you sure that's the right command? I really wonder why this is happening. Let's see what DigitalOcean has to say about this. Check the MySQL log for subsequence, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't think there is any way to fix this, and that's really annoying if that's the case, because I don't know what I'm going to do now. I think it's not MySQL. That's, I'm going to do both. So MariaDB, nope, there's nothing on there. Nope, no luck. Well, that is kind of horseshit. That is kind of bullshit. I don't think that's going to make a difference, but... Yeah, there's nothing for either one of those running. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. There's nothing for... I don't understand why people keep repeating the same commands Why do you keep sending the same command? It's not going to make a difference. There's no MySQL running for me to kill it. So killing MySQL process isn't going to help. How does this happen after 2 days? The other day when I got back on, it was working fine. Because, yeah, I was doing this. And it was working just fine. But apparently not anymore. Hold on, let's try this again. Let's see. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, let's do 755 makes sense. Because I don't agree with 777. And you keep saying to do it, but let's see if this worked. If this works, this is gonna be good. I have a feeling it won't work. Nope, didn't work. Oh, well, let's do this. Is this all of this file? All I just wanted to do was get on my server, look at this database, build more stuff on this fucking database, but how does this how does this happen overnight? Change your socket. Let's see if that works. Oh, I closed it on accident. I keep thinking I'm on my MacBook because I switched the key bindings on this. Oh my god, I did it again. I think I know why. Hold on. Yep, I don't need this. Every time I go to search, it closes it instead. That's fine right here. MySQL D safe? What are you talking about? See, now that makes sense to look and see what's running on 3306. That's a good one. We can try that. Did I even do that right? That's that. Oh. Nothing. Nope. Wait, MySQL do you say what that's supposed to do? Oh. What? That actually work? No. Well, what was that? What is the issue? The socket is correct. This right here, right? Watch. Oh wait, that is not correct. It's supposed to be this. Is that why? It's not supposed to be run, right? Yeah, but the last times that I was using MySQL, I was just doing sudo MySQL for everything. That's not gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a try because I'm hopeless now. So this doesn't exist. This is supposed to be, hold on. That doesn't exist, but this does. I thought it did. So this exists, but the socket is showing this instead. Does that exist too? And there's no MySQL folder in there. It's empty. Yeah, but there's no MySQL sock. That's the thing. I can't find that. Can I do this? Maybe? Nope. I have a feeling that's not going to solve the problem, but let's try it. Okay, that doesn't even exist, it looks like. Alright, let's remove my configuration file. That's my last attempt. If it doesn't work, then I have to figure out something else. It's really shitty that I have to redo all of it again, but at least we have the scripts for it. Where was this file? There we go. This is what we want. We sure? Deleting it. It was automatic after. I'm gonna ban the next person that says 777. Seriously, like I will literally boot the next person that says 777. I feel like that's all you have posted. Alright, I removed it. I'm going to reset MySQL. If this doesn't work, I'm going to do it differently. I may just install another. I thought service was a thing. Nope. The problem is, MySQL doesn't want to work. It restarts, but it won't start. Right, did it start? It did start. Nope. 30 minutes later, it worked. Fuck me. All right, we're in business. Removing the configuration file was the fucking solution of it all. Okay, I'm gonna sip my coffee, enjoy this while it lasts. 777 was not the answer. You did. I was just being stubborn. Hacking, am I right? Yesterday, let's not talk about yesterday when it took me an hour to log into my box. If you didn't know me, you'd think I was streaming drunk, but that was a fun one. That was a very fun one, just so you know. Alright, let me play some music. And we are going to get this shit show on the road. What should we listen to today? Likely Inspired? Or J-Man? Let's do J-Man. Oh, our music box. Let's do this one. Yeah, I can get behind this. Alright, we're hacking it today, what we're doing. Okay, so, if you remember from last week, I did... Hold on, let's use Recondb. And we are going to select everything from domains data where flag is equal to 1, I believe. Maybe it's 1 is equal to alive, maybe. Yep. So these are the only domains we have. No way. There we go. How many did we get? There's a lot of them in here. But these are all the domains that HTTP Probe came back and gave us. Which is not bad at all. Pretty proud of it. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a whole lot. I mean, we went from 100,000 to barely anything. So what I want to do is I am going to create a new table that stores all the I want to do all the titles for these. So I want to start looking at how we can add the title for every page of these. And also what amazes me is the fact that these domains right here are ops domains and something's coming up. Crazy. What's happening? Thank you for the host. Let's go to Recon pad. I want to directory brute force this thing real quick, just because. And let's go to HTML. I just want to see what's on here really quick before anything else. It's gonna be a for loop of something, but I just want to see what's the easiest way to get the code. There we go. Okay. So we can select it and have it grab every single one and put it in the table. This is called Dracula, I think. I think so. All right. I've considered Tmux before, but not yet. Eventually. The HTML at the end just uses, it's the extension that I'm giving it to, because I don't really care for extensions. Most of my files are just directories or actual files that I'm looking for, like hard-coded files. But in case it has an extension expected, it's going to use HTML. Hello Euro, how's it going? What's up Bitwise? Alright, there's not much on here. taking forever for it to go through though. But what I can do is let's exit MySQL and let's do. So we need this. Let's let me see. What I was gonna do is I don't want to look for what commands I've ran, so we're gonna keep going up for a little bit. There we go. So we are going to do I'm trying to think how to do this the best way. All right, we're gonna go for where alive is equal to 1, and what is this going to give us? This is what it gives us, and then we're going to do an XOR. We're going to have it grab the command. I mean the response code like this. This should give us a bunch of numbers. The 000s are what scares me. So I can do this and insert it back into the database with the code. The 000s is what I don't like, but let's see. Can I do it like this? No. Can I do it like that? Let's try. Oh, I can. But it's not showing the response. So maybe an and instead of a. What I want to do is I want to. The response code is not coming through. In parallel, I mean. How did I do it in the past? Because I want to put this into. I'm thinking if I wish there was a way of running both of this at the same time, because I want to know what line we're doing. And apparently doing this wouldn't work. Because it does it echoes it out, but it never, it's going to echo through it and then just ignore the rest. Yeah, there's got to be an easy way to do this. I'm just thinking of what I can do. I mean, I can do a loop for it. For I and... do I want to do a for loop in 7XR? Yeah, Int is joining me later today. Alright, so I guess we're going to do a loop through this. We're going to say... hold on, let's see. What the fuck is this shit? Alright. Get domain, loop get domains, process domains, update live flag, and okay. I want to do 9.0. Let's do get response code. And what we do is, this is gonna be such a shitty bash script, but whatever. Okay, for what happens here, we're gonna do. Let's just do it like this for now. Okay. Alright, let's see if this works. It doesn't work. What did I mess up? Really? It's not even executing the... Oh shit, I put the dollar. Haha, nice, thank you. I was really confused. What did I do wrong? Thank you. Hey, I got it. Thank you. Alright, so for... Hold on. For all of that, we're going to do this. Okay. And this will do it. Let's just see what it would do. Okay, so it's working. We don't need the echo, but I'm just doing it to see what it would look like. Anyone here not familiar with who Inti is? Is there anybody that doesn't know who Inti is at all? You know who Inti is, or you don't know who Inti is? Alright, Inti is a very, very funny dude. So this is his... Well, let's go to this one. First of all, he's the best troll I've ever met in my life. He's a very funny guy. And he's a very, very creative dude. He's actually the guy that came up with the trick-or-treating... Trick-or-treating? Ticket-treating. Ticket... Oh my god. Ticket tricking. It's very, very creative. I think he's one of the only hackers that has presented at every show and tell at a HackerOne event. He came up with trick-or-treating. But yeah, Integrity, he's a pretty dope dude. Integrity is not Inti. Inti works at Integrity, but confusing, I know. I had a timeout to this. Alright, so let's go back. Oh shit. So I need to add a timeout. Let's add a curl timeout. Because this thing isn't working out. Let's connect timeout maybe. Hey Sam, how's it going? Let's just do max time. Let's do this. Thank you, Bitwise. Yeah, well, he swears he doesn't work at Integrity. That's what I thought too, but... Alright, we're gonna try this one more time. Where are you at? I'm in my room, dude. I think we fix it. I don't know. I think it's fixed. Because it no longer chokes after 5 seconds. I can pull down the music if you don't like it. Yeah, I always scan Yahoo, just because they're the only company that's been very friendly to let me hack on their stuff live. Alright, while this does its thing, let's look into curl get page title. Let's see. I don't want any of that. I think you're done. There we go. Yeah, I really want to just get the title. Get page title, not headers. Oops. Yeah, right now I'm just getting there we go. Getting the response code for every site that I have on here. And I'm going to put it in my database here soon. I think the problem is some of these are HTTPS. That's why they're coming 0. Shit. So I got to check for if it's 0, I got to hit HTTPS next. Because I'm missing these. So I got to change that up. If that comes at 0, then hit HTTPS. Otherwise, just input it into the database. So that's good to know. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do HTTPS first. You know the command you're asking me, you could literally Google for it. It'll be faster than me probably getting it to you. But I can get it to you if you want. No, I think the 00s, because this has all gone through HTTP probe, right? So it's gonna, one way or another, even if it's 0, it's gonna work. Yeah, I have to parse the page for title. Grepping for the title is the easiest way to do it, I think, but I wanted to see if there is a easier way to do it. Yeah, look, like any of these that are 0000, it's gonna come back with HTTPS. Watch. Yeah. So I just gotta figure out the 00s. So what I can do is saying, let's do a bash if. So what I can do is say if the output of the command right here is equal to 000, then do the same command but with 443. So I could do something like if, hold on, if this is equal to 000, this should work, but we'll see. So if we do this, I'm gonna echo test just to see if it works. Just see if this works. Whoa. Something is wrong. Oh, I forgot it then. Duh. Thank you for the follow. So if this equals to 000, then It's been a while. If granted, okay, so it has to be EQ. Got it. Like this. But what I also have to figure out is if the 0, 0, 0, is it 3 zeros or 4 zeros? It should be 3, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, so the ones that are coming in, so if this comes out, we have to do okay. Let's see. So that's 0, then do this. We can just add an else. Wait, what are you talking about? Same command with HTTPS at the start. And everyone's pointing up, so I want to know what you're talking about. Can we talk in full sentences? Can you use that in a sentence? Can you give me the origin of that command? Alright, let's look at it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I need to add this at the right because if it's you're absolutely right. I know. I realize what you're talking about now. But I was like, wait, why are we doing -K? But I get it because the certificate's not going to be trusted. Got it. Yeah. Very familiar with -K now. I just thought you were trying to tell me to do it. I thought you were telling me there's an easier way to do it without the if-then statements here. Okay. So what we're gonna do is an else. Alright, so does this work? No. Don't give me 0, 0, 0. If it's 0, it's going to do HTTPS. I don't actually know. Wait, hold up. There's got to be an easier way to do this. I got to do it the way you were telling me. I'm going to do... I don't need the else. What I need to do is just... No, hold on. Yeah, so I don't need the else. What I can do is... If it's 0, 0, 0, then do it this way. Let's try it real quick. This gave me a lot of zeros again. And I don't want zeros. What's up, Solo? Alright, so let's think about this. If this comes back at 0, 0, then we're going to hit this. I'm catching up on chat. Hold on. I want to just put this as like get, I'm going to call this get, get response, for example. And then here I'm going to say, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Hold on. So get response code. And then here we're gonna loop. What are we getting here? Get all the hosts that have flag alive equals to 1. If we hit a domain on 80, I don't know if that would make sense. We'll give us 000, so we need to get the response code from 443. I don't know if I need the F. That's a thing. Oh, I do need the F kind of, because I want to be able to get the response code if it's not at 80. I feel like if I hit 443 on all of these, it's gonna. Let's do this. I don't know. Very, very indecisive. We don't need this for now. Let's just keep it that way. So if we hit this, it comes back to 000. Then I do need an else in here though. Thank you, bud. The else would be, okay, hold on. The else would just insert, I'm gonna comment this out, insert the response code into the DB. And then here we're gonna say insert a response code from 442 into DB. Right? Does that even make sense? Or am I going crazy? Am I going batshit crazy? Is that what's happening? No, because we're checking for it right here, right? If it's 000, then it's supposed to just do for HTTPS. Dude, if I wanted to use another tool, I wouldn't be doing this. I don't know why. Why is it so hard to not? I have to understand how Meg works to put it in my database. I'm very aware of all the tools that are out there. Yeah, I'm going to need the update 7 at some point. I'm not worried about MySQL right now. I want to make sure this is completely working before we move over to the next one. Thank you for that, Sub Digital Scum. If that, then that works. But something is broken. I don't know what yet. I don't know what broke. What did we break? Line 14. Line 13. Wait, no, wrong one. Oh boy, come on. Oh, that's because I have a shortcut that I can't hit the line anymore. Dang it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, because I have an else statement here. I'm just going to have it echo something out. It's giving 0, 0, 0. This is still giving me 0, 0, 0 for some reason. So going to 80 doesn't give you anything, but 443 is what it's at. Really? So some of these aren't, maybe some of these were taken down because this was working before. Okay, that could be, that makes sense why it's coming 0, 0 then, because these are all the ones that have the flag set as 1. So that means some of these have gone down since. 1031. AUDGC, let's see. Wow, some of these have already been taken down. Holy shit. No, I think what happened is, watch. I think what happened here is when I was scanning these, some of them were up and some of them are no longer working because it's just the same. It's just the same ones. The rest of them are coming back. All right, let's carry on with it. Fuck it. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. I gotta find a way to know where to do HTTPS and when not to do HTTPS. Alright, I'm just gonna, if that's the case, I am gonna just do this. I need to make another table though, where I would insert all of these in. So what I'm gonna do is create that next table. Thank you for the follow. And I am going to go to DB setup. And I'm going to create this table again. And the timestamp is going to be not needed. I don't want to deal with timestamp anymore. This is going to be domain name, and this is going to be the response code. And then we need to get the title too. That I like, Leroy. That's something I can get behind. So if it comes back at 0, the flag should go to 0 too. I like that. Hey, Mooncake. That I really like. But we have to track of this separately because that means at some point that was 1. I'm going to make that into a 0 and move it into the host to monitor later. Does that make sense? We have to monitor that. Because, thank you for that. If we monitor it, we might catch something. Because I know as a fact that domain is up. I ran these all at once. Alright, someone take a note of that. We'll have to come back to it. We can do that. Alive 3 is good. I like that. 3 means it's dead. So this would be our response code, and this is, I don't want to comment on here. And then the title is, we'll do page title. Okay, we can do this. Thank you, Kung. I appreciate it. All right. I gotta stretch. Pick up a new toy the other day. I don't have it on here. I got an Osmo Pocket for my vlogs. I'm gonna take a break real quick. My office is a war zone. I have to fix my office. It's an absolute shit show in here. ABS Bisainath, I think is your name. How's it going? Alright, so I'm going to chill here for a little bit and chat with everybody. Once this is done, we're going to go to get the page title and response code. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's 403 or 401, so maybe if it's 200, we can just grab the title for it. I don't know. I really like that dead idea, though. Having a flag as 2 for dead would be pretty cool. What program is everyone hacking on? That's what I want to know. Before I keep going on this, what programs are you guys hacking on? Office tours is my entire office, from that wall to this wall. But my entire shelf fell down the other day because I had too much stuff on it. Wait, what programs are you hacking on? Verizon Media, PayPal, Starbucks, Verizon and Marketo, Ford, Verizon and Spotify, PayPal, yeah, Razer, doing OSCE, good luck. AT&T, I want to do AT&T or PayPal next. Grab Taxi, Yahoo and private stuff, nice. What's Paytm? Can someone link me to Paytm? eBay. Hey, nothing wrong with learning. Razer, Valve, Tumblr. Valve is a really good one. Oh, it's an Indian wallet. Paytm is an Indian payment company. They pay? Let me see. They have a bug bounty program. How much do they pay? Do they pay enough? Ooh, we can fuck this up easy. Words. How much is that in US? It's 15 bucks. That's not a whole lot. Ooh, Netflix is fun. Did I go to college? Yes. Did I want to? No. Did I finish? Yes. Am I proud of it? Absolutely not. I don't care for school, to be honest. I've been very open about it. I did a CS degree. Rohan's here. What's up, Rohan? Oh, I did not mean to bring that up. What a failure. At least it was a white screen. Well, thank you, Bihari. I appreciate it. Alright, so someone asked what I'm going to do next. Once this bash scanner is done, we're going to run it on a new target and see how it goes. We're going to do a whole scan of Yahoo with it, see how it goes. Then we're going to start doing different targets every week, hopefully. I have a really cool domain that I want to put into use for this. I have a really, really cool domain that I want to put this out for. I've already bought a domain for it. I just gotta use it. Alright, so we're gonna make this database or this table. And we're gonna have to start inserting some shit in here. So let's see one more time. Oh no, I should have ran over that. Fuck. Oh no! Shouldn't have ran over it. Alright, well, time to make this into... Shit. That really bothered me, but alright, whatever. Let's go fix that really quick. What's happening? Thank you, Avicorder. I appreciate it. Let's do, I gotta fix this. So, ID. Whoa. I am going to just create these in here. What the frick? Why is it so weird? It's never been this weird before. What the actual crap is that? Thank you for the follow. What the frick is this? Alright, we're gonna make this into create... What do we call that table? Did we call a name? No, we didn't come up with a name for it. We'll call it headers. Domain headers. Headers table.sql. I'm gonna give up on Bash at some point. I used to have a repo. I just don't have the time to do it anymore, to be honest. And I feel bad for saying it, but... This is when I know I'm getting tired. Alright, so... We had source in here, and then I had timestamp. Anyone remember what we have for our timestamp here? Does anyone remember what I have for timestamp? I can look it up. Yeah, I'll set that up next. I think it's a good idea. I think this is what we had for it. I think so. Right? Yeah, I think that's what we had. But also the videos for these are on my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch our previous ones, they're all on YouTube. They're really long though, so good luck. Okay, let's go run this thing. Don't want... Oh, I'm an idiot. Don't run that. Don't run that. Please don't run that. No. Hold on. No, no, no. I did a really bad thing. I didn't override it. Thank God. Oh, my God. I thought I overrode it. Because what I did forget was and I'll show you in a sec, is this is supposed to be called headers. That could have been problematic. I mean, it's good that we have if not exists, but still. That's a good idea. I should do a backup of this MySQL, huh? Alright, let's look it up. I don't remember how to do it. MySQL backup. MySQL dump minus u. Yeah. Or dash u, not minus, but whatever. Alright, let's do this really quickly. Nope. I want to do the whole thing. Can I not do the whole thing? Did it work? Okay. There it is. Use SQL map to dump MySQL. That's actually really good. Can someone make that happen? The make backup command so I can give it to my mods? I want to give my mods a backup thing on my box so they can just back it up for me so I don't forget. Speaking of my mods, is X around or Security? I think they're both asleep. Even though X in... It should be 9 p.m. his time, but... Hold on. Alright, Security is online. So yeah, I think he's on here. Oh yeah, he is in here. Yeah, Security, thank you. Alright, so what are we doing? Completely lost track of what we're doing. Alright, so we're going to create this table called headers. And we're going to see where it goes. Let's use Recondb. Headers. ID is incremental, domain name is fine, page title, response code, and primary key. Cool. Let's just describe it to make sure it's there. And then I gotta open up my SQL insert statement just so I don't have to kill myself over wanting to figure out what this is. Alright, so we're gonna do insert into the value table that we have. The column 1 is going to be the ID, which we don't really have to do anything for. Domain name is going to be our value D from the script. The response code is what we're gathering. The page title is going to have to be later. How's that sound? How does that sound, chat? Should we do it? Alright, so we're going to do this. No, not that. This one. Let's go to Recon scripts. And let's do get response. So this is a command we want to run. Let's see. Assign command to variable in bash, just to make sure I don't do this wrong. Okay, so we want to, we'll call this results. No, we'll call this get response code. Okay. And that's a really ugly way to put it, but all right. This is going to get really messy with Bash, but we're in this together, guys. I got to make these spaces nicer a little bit just so I can read my own code. Okay, so okay, let's see if this works really quick, because I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh wait, and an else, that's why. Something's broken. What did I break? Oh yeah, it has to be inside the loop, I assume, but oh, I'm putting output there when it's not even output. Okay, I think this should do it now. Okay, that works. I want to see how many 000s come. So the ones that are coming, wait, see, this is what I understand. What are those white ones? The blank ones. If that comes back as 00. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. So if it's not 000, I should insert into the table. So if it's not equal to 000, then put it into the table. Else hit 443, then put it in the table. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? I think that makes sense to do it. Let's see. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Equal to, not equal to is any. Okay. All right. So if it's not equal to 00, then we're going to okay. So this is our get response code. So what we're going to do is we're going to say why do I have two ifs in here? Let's go up here. There we go. I see the problem. Okay, so if it's not 000, then we're going to hold on and see. So I did an XRs in here. Okay. And I said update it. I don't know why I give it a P4, but whatever. So I gotta do an XRs in here somewhere. I gotta figure out how to do this. Oh, easy. I'll just put D in here. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see what the domains, how to do it. Wait, what? How did I end up putting all these? I think it's process, right? Yeah, I think it's process domain. So I'm doing insert. I'm going to put host. All right, I remember now. I don't really care if you use Vim or Nano. I just use Nano because I don't want to get even more pissed off while I'm doing things live. All right, so it looks like I got to do this again. So what I'm going to do is update http update headers.sh. Okay, I don't even need this, but are we fighting in my chat? Is that what's happening? Just making sure. A little bit of shit talking is healthy, but all right. So we need to do this. This is gonna be such a pain in the ass to do in Bash. I don't know why I'm doing. Why am I doing this to myself? All right. So if it is that, we're going. Son of a. Hold on. We're gonna go back to that again. This is what we need. I honestly don't know if I want to do this in Bash anymore. Okay. I'm going to put my command in there. And then this is going to come into play. And when it's done, it's going to put it into a database. All right. Brainfuck is a programming language? Must be new. Alright, let's go back to this. Alright, is that going to work? I don't know. This will become D. That's our domain. No, that's going to become D. And this is going to become code. Boy, this is going to be ugly. Oh boy, is this going to be ugly. Let's see. What the fuck was that? Alright. So while we do all this, I'm gonna do... Hey Weston. So we're gonna do that, and then... And then this should do it. I have no clue if this is gonna work. I should have done it in Python, but we'll see. No, I haven't done a lot of JS, and I don't plan on it. Is this really going to work? Alright, I have a better way to do this actually. So this should work. It's going to echo that while I read code, we're going to insert it. Then when it's done, it's going to put it on the DB maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Let's just run it. What? Unknown column headers. What are you talking about? Hold on. I really don't want to do this. Okay. The response code is what I want to do. Domain name is going to be D. Response code, and then insert into headers. Okay. Let's give this a dash I. This should kind of work. Alright, we'll see. This needs to be a response code. Is this going to really work? I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about this. Is there no title? Page title is what it's called. Jeez. All right, let's see. Alright, let's see. It's going to ask for my password in a sec. Is it really going to ask me for my password every time? No, really. Is this for real? No. We're not doing that. Didn't do it last time, so why is it doing it now? I'm not doing -p password because I don't remember the MySQL password for this. If you want to call me out like that, jeez. Alright, let's do this. Did I put Recondb in there? I think that's what it's called, Recondb. And then password was something like ban me or some shit like that. I gotta update it. Really? There we go. So NahamSec is the one that we want to use. Okay. I'm going to name it Recondb just to make it easy. NahamSec, I'm going to call it Recondb just to make it easy. I don't know what I'm doing. What the fuck? There we go. I'm doing each task separately so I don't have to explain what the tool does. So people can actually see every single task, why I'm building it, and what it does, and eventually we can just put them all into one call. I didn't see that question though. But yeah, I'm doing every task separately so people can understand why I'm doing this process the way I'm doing before I batch them all into one and have it get called out at once. Yeah, it's not that easy. It's not the most efficient way of doing any of this. I mean, if I was to make it efficient, I wouldn't be doing it in Bash. But also, I'm doing this so people could watch and be like, okay, he's getting each header this way. He's doing different things. The whole goal of doing the streams wasn't for me to show off how I can do all these tasks the simplest way possible. The goal was to break down every task that a scanner that I would write what it would do and how it would do it. Even honest, like I wouldn't even automate a lot of this. I'd like to do it manually a lot more than anything else. And a lot of times, I don't go and just scan all of Yahoo and look for the HTTP headers, for example. I store the HTTP headers for other stuff with like Aquatone, but I don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? What time is it? I have 20 minutes before NT joins me. Yeah, doing it in Bash, like I keep telling myself I'm gonna hate doing this in Bash, and I should probably do it in Python, and I plan on doing it in an easier way. But right now, doing things live isn't the easiest to do. When it comes down to doing things live and learning it, and also keeping up with like an audience, it doesn't make it easy to do it. So doing it in Bash, it helps me at least be confident that this is going to work to demonstrate what I want to do, versus me having to do it in another language. What was I working on? Get response. All right, let's see if this works. Yeah, Bash can get very ugly, but I mean, if you think about it, I've been open about not being a good programmer. So I'm making hacks out of things that I want to, you know, I want to automate. And since I don't want to do it in Python live to learn Python, Bash is the next thing I could do. All right, so we installed MySQL. That was a good call. I mean, not install, but configured it properly, hopefully. I don't even need sudo anymore, so let's drop the sudo. Where's the sudo coming from? Oh, this needs sudo, which I shouldn't anymore. What? Oh. Yeah, it's not easy. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to start streaming. Oh, I should stream doing this. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of patience. You have to be okay with making mistakes live. You have to be okay with making yourself look like an idiot sometimes live. I don't have a preference. I mean, preference. I don't care. I'm doing this to teach people how to do things. And I'm having fun with it, to be honest. But I don't know if this worked. I really don't know if this is working. Let's just stop it really quick and look. And also, like, eventually I want to build this into a... Ooh, nice. Gorgeous. Eventually I want to, you know, build this into an actual app. And I think going down the... Thank you for the follow, Ed. Going down the path of, like, actually doing this the proper way would be really good. But until then, I want to figure everything out so I don't have to worry about inventing that particular thing. Not even inventing it, but figuring out how that particular thing works. And then going into maybe using Flask or something on Python and starting writing this. That is the end goal for this. So, should we drop this table and redo it? Eventually I'll remember all of these, but we'll see. Yeah, let's drop table. I have to recreate headers, I think. Yeah, I have to recreate it. I have to finish this. So if it is... So if it is not 00, it does it. Else it's going to be... So let's do this. Else it's going to be... So instead we're going to do this with HTTPS and let's give it this. And we're going to do the same thing. Oh, come on. I don't know why Bash does this now. So let's do this again. Else we're going to do this, HTTPS. I'm going to do this. I have to make the database, I mean the table too, so. Okay. Yeah, I don't use a subsystem, the Linux subsystem. I just use it to SSH into my box. This should work, I think. I don't know at this point. Let's make the database, I mean the table really quick. Okay, we're gonna make this again. Oh, come on. Okay. Made it. God willing, this would hopefully work. But who knows at this stage. I just like to Google stuff because there's been so many times where I've tried to assume what that command is. And I try, you know, I really rewrote like MySQL drop table, and I was like, no, that could be wrong. It was right, but I just didn't want to, I didn't want to deal with it. I want to do it once and I want to do it right, you know. Okay, so let's try this. Is this going to work? What do you think, chat? Is this going to work on the first try? I don't know about that. Command not fine. On line 15. Oh, that's why. Yeah, first try, quote unquote. Hey. Not nice. Yeah, first try being my 50th try, but... Alright, what I'm going to do is drop this thing again. And then we're going to recreate it. Hold on. Create headers. Let's try it again. I should probably automate this, but later time maybe. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I think it's working. I could be wrong. Oh, it is working. Cool. Cool. So it looks like this is not up anymore. Let's see. If that comes up at HTTPS, that means something wrong. But what's really interesting is that now we can see the difference in some of the files that, some of the domains that I found. So there's 1,000 of these that has to happen before we're done. Good call. Okay, I'm going to let this run. You guys watch this for me while I'm AFK. I'm going to get some coffee. When I'm back, I'm going to check up on this and I'm going to bring Inti on. So I'll be right back. There is no such a thing as a useful programming language. I'm a pretty good example of not knowing how to code efficiently and still doing okay with bug bounties. I'll be right back. Beer sounds good, but I gotta stay sober. I'll be right back. I gotta get some coffee. All right. You know what I forgot to do? I feel like I feel a little bit rude doing it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Where is it? I'm gonna trigger some people that are watching live. How's the scan going? It's still going. Cool. We're halfway there. Oh, I gotta put my webcam on. Oops. There we go. Okay. 426. How did that happen? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Getting a lot of 301s. Maybe I should have. We need to rework this next week. And follow. I don't know, because I feel like these would go to the main Yahoo site. If I were to follow, maybe. Yeah. It's good to have the 301s. 302s on the other hand, I don't know. So the ones that are 000, we gotta find them and then update them in our master table. Oh, I just ran a 3-minute ad twice on accident. I meant to do it once, but it's gonna run it twice. Oh well. But it's not gonna affect people that are subscribers like you. All right, this was not bad for. I just gotta fix this a little bit and make it nicer. But this is not bad, and we gotta do titles too, page titles. I mean, the 400s don't matter. Maybe for 200s we could do it. I don't know. We'll see. But that should be good with an XR. Because it'll be easy to do. How many of these are coming as 200? Where response code equals to 200. That's a handful of them. There's some BF1. I wonder what these are. I might screenshot a lot of these later, but we'll see. Nope, no more issues with Twitch. And I got 5 more minutes. I'm gonna use the restroom actually while I wait, because it's gonna be another hour while NT's on. So I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. Just gonna still scan. Thank you for the follow, Smacks. All right, what did I miss? All right, so I think it's almost time to bring Mr. Inti on here, but I'm gonna wait a little bit more. I'm gonna make him wait because the scan is almost over. We're at 900 right now. All right, I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the calendar invite. NT is already waiting on me. You guys ready for NT? Chad, are you ready for NT? I don't think you're ready. Yo.
Hey.
How's it going, my friend?
It's going fine. Yeah, I've been assembling IKEA furniture all day, so this is a relief I can talk to you today.
Is this your break?
Yeah, man, I've been working all day, and I'm so glad that I can see you today.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to have you on this show. You and I go way back. I didn't realize it till today. I've known you
Yeah,
for quite a while.
we Skype chat actually with Smeagol and Zayed, and I think maybe Patrick was also in there. And then
Yeah.
out of that, Bug Bounty forum group kind of. So yeah, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think our OG Alcoholics was our original bug
Yeah,
bounty forum.
one beer. Um, but the thing was, yeah, you also got me into the first live hacking event because I remember not being invited, and then I was like, "Yeah, hey Ben, how are you?" And then you got me into it, and then
Did I
this thing
really?
happened. Yeah, you did. So I should be really grateful.
Dude, I never. First of all, I don't even remember that, and I don't want to take credit for that at all. Dude, you've been killing life hacking events. So if that is the case, I'll be more than happy to. I'm happy that you did it, man. Like you've been killing it for life hacking events. You've
Yeah,
already.
my first one was absolutely horrible. The one you invited me to, I found like it was 3 days, and all I found was one login portal over HTTP. But of course, I didn't know how to hack. But then, like things started changing, and I was a script kiddie back then, and then I decided not to be a script kiddie anymore, kind of.
You've been one of the only hackers that has came to life hacking events, and you present at almost every single one of them, and you find something you find the most outrageous shit to show at a show and tell.
Yeah, I know. Also it's kind of a pressure now. I can't show up and like not have any crazy bugs, so I have to look for it. I can't just like enumerate subdomains and hope I find something cool. I have to find like crazy, mostly logic vulnerabilities, or like funny ones, but like the pressure is high actually.
Well, I mean, you put that pressure on yourself. You've over delivered every time. Like when I see your name, like we go in the back. For those of the people that don't know how life hacking events work, at the end of the night, HackerOne allows some researchers to come and speak about their bugs. Right? We go in the back, we decide, and your name comes up quite often. And I want to say almost at every event, you end up presenting the most outrageous shit. And it's not like I mean, your bugs are getting paid a lot of money, but you're not finding traditional RCEs. You're not finding traditional vulns. You go and you do Recon. You told me when you messaged me, like, hey, I don't do Recon. What are we going to talk about during your stream? And I was like, dude, you do Recon. Your Recon's just different.
Yeah. But I was thinking about this conversation today, and actually, yeah, I do recon, but I guess I do more like deep recon. I do focus on the core always
Yep.
because for assets like Yahoo, it totally makes sense that you focus on subdomains and enumerating that because they have a lot of sensitive data and like endpoints all over the place.
Yep.
Uh, But for me, the most interesting live hacking events are the ones with a really limited scope and that we have to focus on core only. Because then like everybody's basically looking at the damn same thing over and over again.
Yep.
And then it's super interesting, especially in the show and tell, to see what you have missed. Because all of the bugs that have been found were on actual functionalities and endpoints that you've been testing. So I really like that kind of target, actually. So what I do, I guess, is I try to dig more into, like, for example, JavaScript. Most people just look for endpoints in JavaScript and stop there. But I will, and it's boring sometimes, but I will try to take the time to read the JavaScript, and also just by reading the code line per line, you kind of see what kind of developer wrote it.
Yeah.
And also interesting is like if they mess something up, for example, a regex on the front end, then you can assume that like because most companies have full stack developers now, they can also mess that up on the back end, which end up being more critical sometimes. Like to look at the core and then go very, very, very deep, almost basically.
So we're going to come back to the topic of Recon, but before we do, I want to ask you a little bit about you. You have how long have you been hacking for, NT? Allegedly.
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I think I found my first like bug bounty. I got my first bug bounty in 2011. It was the Christmas vacation, and I just wanted to be on the Google Hall of Fame. But basically, I think my very first vulnerability was actually, it was a remote code execution on the PlayStation Portable, which I found by accident. I found it back in, I think, 2010, something like that.
Wow.
And I just posted, like, I didn't know what was happening. I just posted my crash log online, and everybody was like, dude, you found a thing that we've been looking for like ages. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then, like, I had to actually go back and see what I found, because obviously I was just doing some random stuff. And then apparently some limited remote code execution came out, and then somebody chained it with a kernel exploit. And actually that was like a jailbreak for the PSP, which I had no clue what was going on. And that's basically how I got into hacking.
That was your first exposure to hacking, pretty much.
Yeah, it's funny. Because, my PlayStation Portable, it died like 5 years ago, but it wasn't jailbreakable by then. Like, nobody cracked that version. And there was like this tutorial on like how to crash your PSP.
Right.
And the only thing I did basically was I created a website with like 2 million A's in the title. And then I tried to bookmark it in the inline browser, and it crashed. And I was like, okay. I didn't even know it was buffer overflow back then. It was, and then, I mean, a Canadian dude and some girl from, I think also Canada, did all the work for me. But still, I get the credit. And then I was like, okay, but now I gotta understand what is going on, and then I kind of rolled into the bug bounty program from Google, and things moved quickly from there on.
How did you hear about the bug bounty thing with Google?
Yeah, I was like on the site hackforms.com. And I remember people like bragging about it in their signature, and I didn't have a signature, and I wanted to be like the cool kids. So
that's cool.
I wanted to be in that Hall of Fame. And I ended up like just copying scriptart1 into every single input field in Google. And then I still remember my first cross-site scripting. It was like I think it was an ebook called Zero Moment of Truth. It was like on some shady subdomain of Google. And it was just a marketing website, and they had this really obvious chat with stored XSS in it. And then I got $100 for it, and I was like the happiest kid ever.
Yeah.
I had a shitty job in a supermarket. I quit immediately, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to make money with the internet. And here we are.
Isn't that the dream?
Yeah, of course. I sucked at a job at a supermarket. It was the same day that I dropped like a crate of like Red Bull, and I had to clean it all, and like my manager got pissed at me. So I'm really glad that the internet basically saved me.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. The internet saved me.
Yeah.
You have some other crazy hacking stories.
Yeah.
What is this Metallica thing?
Oh, yeah. I'll take. I knew you were going to ask that question.
I was hoping you have it handy. Yes. All right. Show me. I've never seen this.
So this is my keyboard. Let me see. Can you see it? Yeah. So this is my keyboard signed by Metallic. Obviously, it's the wrong way. This is the webcam. So they signed it. Because I once hacked their website in like 2012, and basically responsible disclosure was not really a thing back then. So I just emailed like I think their tour manager or something like that, and they took it quite nice, and they were like, okay, yeah, we're playing in Belgium this summer. You wanna come? I was like, yeah. And then I told them the story, and they signed my keyboards. Initially,
Well, you just brought the keyboard with you just in case?
Yeah, I had to like explain it because I wanted to get something signed by Metallica.
Oh,
And at first, basically, I wanted to have them sign a toaster.
A toaster?
Yeah, but for some reason that was not allowed because it was metal and stuff. So I had the spare item, which I think like after it's a much better item. My keyboard. And then I explained to the security dude, like, yeah, I just wanted to have them sign like this. Please let me in. And they let me in. And I went on stage with them and they signed it and they absolutely loved the story.
That's really cool. That's really, really cool, dude. I'm surprised, like, like with hacking, not getting in trouble and getting the opposite of getting invited to their show. That's really awesome.
Yeah, but I got into trouble as well. So
oh, did you?
Yeah, back in the day, but like nothing malicious or stuff like that. But the times when bug bounty and even responsible disclosure wasn't really a thing, and then you had like hack the box maybe or hacking tools, but that's not like you wanted to test some real targets. So I ended up hacking some Belgian websites, and I didn't really do any damage. I just emailed them, and then I pissed some guy off, but. I mean, that's everything that happened.
But that's the golden. That's the best part about responsible disclosure, right? Like if you think about it, 10 years ago you would do this shit, you would get in trouble. Versus now they pay you, they praise you to do it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I was doing this as a hobby, and I was paid like if I got something, it was like a time in jail. But now I'm getting paid.
It's like Monopoly, the jail card.
Yeah, go to jail. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any certificates for like
hacking? No, like I think this is also my disability. I'm not a really technical person. Do you know in America what Furbies are? Like the like kid toys, like a Furby. Do you have that?
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's like a toy for kids. Like imagine like a doll with some electronics in it. Like basically that was my school project. Like that was the stuff that I made. Like that's all I got. I can make robotics for kids, and that's my education. So really basic, really like spaghetti code, stuff like that. And I think that's also the reason why I like at live hacking events, I can't really pull off RCE or crazy SSRFs. Obviously, I know what it is. I know how to find the basic ones, but like at live hacking events, it's a different game. So I focus on logic files, and that works out quite well.
Well, the thing is, like, the reason why I asked about your certificates is on your Twitter, it says uncertified ethical hacker.
Yeah. But I think it's funny how people like certificates and then I want to brag that I don't have a certificate and that you don't really need a certificate to phone stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think it's always funny, like whenever somebody asks me like how do you hack, I answer, there's not really a textbook with okay, here are all the steps to find an RC in Facebook.
Yeah.
I think the same of certificates. Okay, it may give you some basic knowledge, but it proves nothing, right? Like I would rather like hire somebody. If I was a manager, I would rather hire somebody based on public disclosures, or like really cool research instead of, oh, I have this certificate. Like I locked myself up like 24 hours in my room and solved some challenges. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not a
I think certificates work with people that need some structure to learn. I think with a lot of the top hackers that I've talked to, they're all self-taught, right? You didn't go get a certificate to learn. You were just noisy, or you were just curious and you wanted to learn. And I think
yeah.
that's why certificates work, because you need structure. I don't have a certificate. I don't have a single one. I
All
almost made
right.
it.
I'm a team.
I almost made the bad decision of getting CEH 5 years ago, because that was the big thing 5 years ago, and I'm so happy that I didn't waste my time. I looked at the syllabus and I was just like, "Fuck no, I'm not doing this. I'll learn this on my own."
Yeah, I mean, and that's the best, right? Like if you, for me, sometimes I try to like find vulnerabilities in stuff that I really don't know a lot about.
Mm,
And it makes me sometimes find the bugs that people that are actually skilled in it do
yeah,
not find, because they think it's kind of evident and they just skip it. And I try not to do that. I try to like try to hack something even if you don't know what's going on, and some interesting behavior may come up that like even the professionals were like, oh yeah, we didn't know that existed. So
yeah,
also what I do is read the docs. So as an unknowing developer, I have to like read the docs every time. And because I'm not a technical person, maybe it's sometimes easier to see what kind of mistakes other not really technical persons would make, or like I think for really skilled developers, some things are really evident and they're like, oh, nobody would miss that. But because I'm like a technical idiot myself, I
yeah.
see, okay, yeah, I would do this like in a wrong way, and then I search for that pattern online, and some
You
people are like me and screw up as well. I would be like the worst developer in terms of security. I would mess up all the time.
didn't you at one point target a company's presentations?
Yeah, yeah. I think there was also at the live hacking event. Yeah, we were like, it was really late in the evening, and basically we had nothing left. Like nobody of the teams had some interesting leads, and was like, okay, I'm just going. They had like thousands of presentations online, and initially I was looking for screenshots with maybe interesting endpoints of like getting some recon data from that. But I ended up just finding a screenshot with like social security numbers for some reason. So I mean that also worked, but I mean my initial target was to find endpoints and to hack from there. But like I got the holy grail right away, so that was even better.
Yeah, I mean, it was really crazy to. I never thought about going after those like marketing material, right? Like those are the things that have some really
Those
juicy
are,
data.
yeah. What I also do is I try to like, especially if you're hacking a startup,
Yeah,
I try to watch the webinars or like the live demos or anything like that, and afterwards they put it on YouTube. Because even when some people or especially marketing people are like, oh, let me go to our website, some other stuff may come up in the address bar, autocorrect or auto suggest, and I've had numerous an internal endpoint would be like, oh, do you want to go to this? Because it often has the same name as the website, and also multiple times that it actually contained full access tokens. So I just copied the access token from the video, and it just worked. And I was in their internal API or something.
that's some crazy shit. This is some
Yeah,
shit you would do.
but nobody ever looks for that. Like at live hacking events, I don't want to waste my time like running like subdomain enumeration tools or even like just content discovery tools, because I know people are just better at it. You got to know your place. I know
Yeah,
that like Team Sweden is pretty good at automation. I
yep.
I can just say that they're really good in that. So I have to pwn them on another level, and that's Logic Class.
Oh, indeed, that is great. I love that you have to pwn him on a different level.
Yeah, otherwise I would be getting duplicates. I have never even, as far as I can remember, I have never duped on one of Team Sweden's reports at the live hacking event.
That's insane. Hey, we talked about the one of the things that I talk about here is like your background as a hacker. You said you did robotics when you were younger. So that involves understanding how to code in some degree, right? Do you think for someone to become a successful bug hunter, it is a requirement to understand code or how to code?
It definitely helps, but I don't think it's a necessity, especially in logic flaws. My girlfriend found the big ones
That's cool.
just by messing around, and I think, yeah, it's not a necessity. It will help, especially like digging deeper. I think the recon part, you don't need that, but yeah, most of the bugs I found do not really require programming languages or anything like that. But what helps is you know if you struggled with learning how to code yourself, you know what other people may be struggling with and what kind of mistakes they make. So I would definitely suggest, especially JavaScript, because nowadays all web applications are essentially JavaScript, and they just have like huge chunks of their source code out there. So if you would try to learn a programming language, and I know it's not a programming language, but I don't want to make that description. Go learn JavaScript. I think this will be the best investment, because who cares about PHP? You will literally never need PHP knowledge in a bug bounty session, because it's formable by default. I mean, everything will work on that, but you will need JavaScript to figure out like what kind of tools they use, or what kind of calls they make.
That's good advice. So do you yourself learn JavaScript as a primary language for bug bounties?
Yeah. I also use it on the server. By the way, I'm a huge Node.js fan. I used to work at a radio station actually, where I was a developer.
Yeah.
But the good thing was that like all the things I made had to work for one day, so it had to go quick and it had to go like fast. And then like after we did a special like event or something like that, it didn't have to work anymore. So I could just like write spaghetti code, and I basically did everything in JavaScript, and that worked out quite nicely.
How many hours do you hack a week? How much time are you spending?
Mostly zero, actually. I do a lot before the live hacking events, and I go all the way for live hacking events. I won't sleep. I will be like, if there's Wi-Fi on the plane, I will buy Wi-Fi on the plane just to be able to hunt or do some more recon. So I go all the way in that. But like I have some targets for myself, like some bounties I want to make like every year. And once I reach that, like even with or without live hacking events, it's just I'll see. I mean, I want to make time for my family and for my other projects as well. So I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm going to sit down and do 8 hours of hacking. No, it more comes to me. And if I'm in a hacking mood, and I'm sure you know that as well, I won't stop before I find something. And then I can like, when my girlfriend wakes up, I can still sit in my office hacking. So yeah.
So is that what keeps you motivated? Like you have this goal every year. Once you hit that goal, you just relax?
Like partially, like that goal gives me like an excuse to be able to say, okay, now I'm going on vacation, no pressure anymore. So I have this base level. But I wanna, like, if I'm looking for something, I wanna get like something really specific. For example, I did a lot of research in web shops, and I wanted to find like a certain amount of logic flaws that I could just like do for every single web shop, and I found a couple of those. I think logic flaws in general are kind of, how should I say, like not really sought for in the whole bug bounty community. So that's what I do, and I try to focus on that. But once I have like an idea, it has to go fast for me. I'm really stubborn, and I will like drop everything I have lined up for the day, and I will just sit down and hack all night. It doesn't matter until I get the result. So it can depend. I can hack like maybe like 50 hours in a week or zero. It just depends on my mood and if I have any goals. And also what I do is I kind of promise people to find bugs. So then I have like, because it's an ego thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'll find something, no problem. And I'm like, oh no, now I have to do it actually. And then that actually keeps me motivated. Like just being big mouthed and bragging about stuff, and then you gotta live up to the expectations, and that's what keeps me driving.
Well, do you deal with imposter syndrome or burnouts a lot?
Imposter syndrome, yeah, I've had lived with it all the time,
Yeah.
but I've come to accept it.
Yeah.
First, I didn't like the first live hacking event. I was like, oh, these dudes know everything. And now I'm just like, because I'm kind of doing my own game, and if you set your own rules, you can be the best in something if you define the rules. So I used to compare myself to other people in terms of technical bugs, and on that leaderboard, I would be like way down. But like in terms of logic flaws, I'm doing all right. And like if some other people come up with better logic flaws, and like I don't find it stuff anymore, I will create another zone that I can be the best at. So yeah, I've learned to live with it. In terms of burnout, after a live hacking event, I tend to go on vacation, and I feel kind of guilty for my for my girlfriend. So we go a lot on vacation. I take her out for dinner for every single bounty as well.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, not for like the $50 bounty,
Yeah, but
but
every
like
big 4-digit one, you gotta do something, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, for every 4-digit bounty, we go out for dinner. So no, I'm not really struggling with burnout, because I also have a second job, and I think like I'm a Twitter guy basically at the bug bounty platform.
We're gonna talk
Um,
about that.
okay, yeah, but it also like it gives me peace of mind to know that at the end of the month I'll be fine if I don't find something.
You said you have a day job.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So I work at the bug bounty platform as a community manager.
What bug bounty platform?
It's called Integrity.
Okay.
It's not my because I know you're going to say it's not my platform actually. It's from somebody that lives in my town. What a coincidence actually. It's a great guy. He started this platform.
It just happens to be named Inti, right?
Sorry?
It just happens to have the word Inti in it.
Yeah, like I'm still like, how did you come up with that? And I want my money for it, but like he he hasn't like it told me how he came up with it. But like it works out all right. It's a nice guy, and also I have my rules. I can still hunt on other platforms.
That's
I
awesome.
can still go to live hacking events. So it works out fine. I do the Twitter account mainly. I make jokes, memes, and
You make challenges.
yeah, challenges as well. And I think like being a hacker, and so basically my job is to be the voice of the hackers.
Yeah.
So I sit in every important meeting, and they'll be like, okay, what do you think of this, or what will the hackers think of this?
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of great that like that's also basically what you used to do, or are still doing at HackerOne, because you recently got a position change,
Yeah.
I think. But it's always good that companies that make the decisions involve actual hackers before they actually like publish things to prod. And
I mean, I agree. Having that internal role. The thing is, like, if you don't have hackers representing hackers at a bug bounty platform, doesn't make sense, right? Like, you have to have those people that are on the ground hacking on these bug bounty platforms to understand how the business works. But what I like about what you do at Integrity is the challenges that you make. Why do you make those challenges?
Well, like in the first place, it's a marketing thing, of course.
Yeah.
You wanna grow, and you wanna be visible on the internet. And we could be paying some conferences a lot of money to be gold sponsor or whatever, and like put your name on everything. But I mean, that's probably partially a way to do it, and we should be doing that more, I think. But also, what I like is with Twitter, if you come up with a really cool challenge and like do a little bit of sponsoring on that, you may reach more people. And what I've seen is that like once if we do a challenge, we attract good people, and people will actually like it, sign up, and they may hunt for other bugs. And then that's basically what we're trying to do. And also I just like to make challenges, because I learn a lot from them. So people always think, how do you come up with this? But basically what I'm doing is I'm literally reading the docs. I don't know, like I wouldn't be able to solve my own challenges before I prepare them. So it's not like I have something in my mind that was like, yeah, I will do a challenge on that. No, I just read the docs and I'm like, oh yeah, people will not know about this, and then I make a challenge out of it.
It's pretty cool. Is it helping you as a hacker to get better?
The challenges that I make are kind of, it hasn't really helped me yet because it's mostly edge cases. But I'm sure, like, I think at least one person found some cross-site scripting bypass thanks to a challenge of mine. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But not for me personally, but I just enjoy making them, and seeing the responses afterwards is also pretty cool. And especially if people solve it in a way that it was not intended to be. That's what I like the most.
Yeah. The thing that I try to understand is like having a job, doing bug bounties, traveling, making challenges. How do you have this work-life balance thing going on?
It's pretty great actually. I work a lot from home, which helps. And for me, doing actual hacking, I still don't really consider that work. So I can still hack a little bit at work if I want to. I have a pretty good employer. I just like being listened to, and I don't really see it as a job. So and my girlfriend is also really supportive. What we do is we have like our daily things. Okay, we watch this show together and this show together, and that helps me making time. Like I'm a really chaotic person, but for my work-life balance, I actually have some structure. For example, I will try not to respond to emails after a certain time in the evening, and then most of the times that just works. Yeah.
Do you have a set of tools that you always use when you hack? Like, what are your tools that you regularly use?
The only tool I really use is Burpsuit. Like sometimes, but not on live hacking events because I know everybody's testing this, but like I use like Eyewitness and like Sublister and stuff like that, or like content enumeration tools. But what I do use a lot is Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
And my technique with Wayback Machine is that I try to like I try to fetch all content. I did make a script for that, to fetch all content and being able to grab through it. And then I also try to read the JavaScript and see what changed, or because sometimes it gives an indication about a certain piece of software that was installed on a web server, and then they may have removed it, but they may have forgot to remove like some parts of it. And that's what a lot of people miss. I think it's just like really digging deep in JavaScript that is not even there anymore, and it helps a lot to learn and understand how the application grows and what kind of legacy apps there may still be left.
That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of Wayback Machine, but it seems to be a good payoff when you want to really go. Yeah.
Especially for the targets you're looking for. So I would definitely start looking at Wayback Machine.
So, like your recon process, it's mostly going through Wayback Machine, JavaScript files, finding all endpoints, and trying to find logic flaws in them. If you were to describe logic flaws in a tweet, how would you describe it?
That's a tough question. In a tweet, wait.
240 characters.
Yeah.
Make it short and sweet. Like I want to be short. Like if someone has no background, like how do I even know it's a logic flaw? What is a logic flaw?
Being able to do things that you shouldn't be able to do without like doing fancy stuff, I guess, just by doing like some random shit. I don't know. The cool thing that I like about logic flaws is that you can like easily explain them to people without technical knowledge. For example, I used to go after a big web shop, and you could. So whenever you signed up for the newsletter, you got like a 15% discount. I was like, okay, let me try to buy a gift card with that. So I got my discount and I paid like $85 for a $100 gift card.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, let me try with the credit I have to buy another gift card with the 15% discount. You see what's happening? Like there's $15 every time you do it. And then you automate it and you become a millionaire online. But no, like that's also the stuff that the pen testers won't be looking for. Because you don't have to, like, you have to remember that we're not only fighting, like having competition from each other, but also from the pen tests. So I skip the checkmark stuff. Like I try to find the stuff that like the pen test will have missed because they don't have time for it. And that's something like it's a huge web shop. I can't name them, of course.
Yeah.
But it's been there in their code for like 5 years, and nobody even thought of it.
Wow.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah, I think the way to put logic flaws is like understanding what the application is supposed to do and doing the exact opposite of that. Maybe not even the application, this endpoint, this product, this module, and doing the exact opposite or abusing it.
Yeah, also, it's about combining secure stuff.
Yep.
And that's what I like. For example, like Facebook, I remember this Facebook bug in Facebook groups. And basically, and I've been like trying to hack Facebook a while back. But if you start understanding how their like isolation processes work and how their blocking process works, basically, if you block somebody, they will remove every reference to them, and like it's all pretty scoped.
Right.
And also there was this other behavior in Facebook groups that if you were the only one in a group and you were not administrator, you were received the chance to become an administrator. So what some guy did was just like block everybody so that the application would think that you would be the only one in the group, and then you would see like, oh, do you want to become administrator? And you click on it, you become administrator of a Facebook group, and then you unblock everybody. And that's like I think a genius privilege escalation because everybody can understand it. But it's about combining two different components. And I think it's also like in the development process, like every product team tries to ensure that their specific product is secure.
Yeah.
And that works out quite well for that functionality. But it's in order to find logic flaws, you have to get an overview on everything, and then you gotta start combining and making the puzzle and combining secure components to be vulnerable. And it turns out that actually works quite a lot.
I mean, that's literally a logic flaw. There's zero technicality to this. You literally explained a logical thing that you just had to understand. Oh, if I block everybody, this behavior comes up and you can abuse it. That's pretty genius.
Absolutely. And I think we're like at the Christopher Columbus stage. There's still a lot to be discovered, especially in terms of logic flaws, because there's not a lot of things about it or write-ups on the internet. You got like the basic stuff like the -1 when ordering something online, but I think there must be more, and that's what keeps me driving, like being able to discover something first.
So let's take it back. You obviously have been around for quite a few years, and I'm sure you've learned a lot from your years of being in bug bounties. What are 3 things you wish you knew when you first started doing bug bounties?
Well,
like if you could go back to when you first started and talk to yourself from 5-6 years ago, and you could tell yourself 3 things, what would those 3 things be?
That there will always be better people at some things than you are, and that you can be totally fine with that. Also, that putting urgent or like important in the report title won't really help you, and actually will result sometimes in a lower bounty because people will feel like they're being cheated on if you like try to accelerate or like exaggerate the severity of a submission, because that's what I used to do. I was like, oh, you have clickjacking.
Holy shit, I found this bug. Yeah.
I hate looking through my old reports. And what else? That it's okay to ask questions if you do it right. If you give some background, give some context. And I also think like back in the days, like when I initially started, even before the Slack group, I didn't really talk to people. I was just doing it by myself.
Yeah.
But I've learned to appreciate the community stuff and like just hacking together and creating teams to hack. I should have done that like way earlier.
Speaking of teams,
Yeah,
collaboration, is it important as a bug bounty hunter?
I think so. Yeah, for me also because it gives some pressure. So for the upcoming HackerOne event, I will be also on a team with Cable J and Cash Money. Shout out to them. Team Skids in America, I think. Yeah, it's called Skids in America. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because you only know that much of like of hacking and other people know more. And from what I found in my previous collaboration sessions is that like sometimes I almost have it like I'm just fiddling around with something and then I'm like, oh no, I'm a head out. And then I was talking with Jack Cable, I think in Singapore, and it turned out to be really great because I had like everything that did not turn out to work for me. And he was like, "Oh yeah, just try this," and it worked. So, sometimes it's a good thing to write down whatever didn't work, and then after you're done with your recon and your reports, just hand over that list to somebody you trust,
Yeah.
and you for some extra bounties.
Do you regularly collaborate with other hackers?
Yeah. Especially with Team Belgium, like Arnie Swinnen,
Oh, I love
Peter.
Arnie.
Yeah, we also have like local meetups. We can go because Belgium is a small country.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can
yeah.
just meet each other, see each other at the pub. We encounter each other a lot of on a lot of conferences as well. So that's pretty cool. But for most live hacking events, I'm hacking alone. But we're basically hacking alone, but then we still do the okay. I didn't find anything on this. If you want it, like go ahead. And
You
I don't
share.
like even we share and not with like I want to split or anything. It's just like no, if you can find something good for you, I didn't find anything. And also it can help to talk to each other and to say, okay, I already tried this, it didn't work for me. So
Yeah.
other people can maybe skip it and focus on stuff that matters. I don't wanna be the guy that makes the most amount of money. I just wanna be, I just
You want to
wanna
be a
feel
part
appreciated.
of it. You want to be a part of this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So, and I think that's also something cool about bug bounties because there's a lot of money involved, right?
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
still this atmosphere where it's like, okay, if you wanna like, I can give you a split even if you don't really like collaborate it, like or even if your report was this, I will still give a 50% split because who cares? It's just about being together, having fun, and I think that's kind of special for a community where there's so much money involved that there are rarely like any disputes.
I agree. I'm the same way. I don't value money more than the friendship part. I think
Of course.
I think there are far more valuable things in life than money. But that's not how everybody else thinks. But on the topic of collaboration, are there any hackers you want to collaborate with that you haven't collaborated with yet?
Let me think. I would like to do actually like a Team Belgium, Team Sweden
That was
special
gonna be my
one.
next that was gonna be my next question. Is there ever going to be the ex Team Belgium ex Sweden?
Yeah, and I also actually I we did a like a really small live hacking thing this summer,
Yeah.
and Matthias from Team Sweden was there, and we all collaborated together, and it was actually a lot of fun. We found some cool stuff, um, and also like in terms of collaboration, I would like not only want to collaborate with other hunters, but
Right.
at that particular event, what I really liked is that we got to collaborate with people from the actual AppSec team.
Yeah.
And that was kind of great because I was testing something and I didn't know like if it would even work, and it was all blind and stuff. But I just had this idea, and I just walked up to the guy and was like, "Yeah, did you make this?" And he was like, "Yeah." Okay, I want to try this. And my initial idea didn't work, but
Right.
then I got him thinking, yeah, but maybe if you can change it to this, I can go into specifics, of course. But he gave me a new idea that was very similar, but like a small detail different. And then I ended up like having a shell on their production servers, because they basically helped me pwn their own code base. But in the
Right.
end, if I didn't talk to them, they wouldn't have found about it. So
Yeah. Um, I don't know if there's a viewer usually here called Ash. Ash, are you around? This is a question that Ash asks every guest that I have, and it's that where do you see the industry going in the next few years? The bug bounty industry. Where do you think it's headed, or where do you want it to be
well,
headed?
what I see is that like there's a lot of automation going on. So it will be more difficult, I think, for people that don't have math coding skills to find that kind of bug. So I think people will focus more on like contextual flaws. I also think like car hacking will become bigger. Also, we've had this like Integrity has had some programs with the open source community. HackerOne also had some with like the European Commission project. I think that was kind of cool, and I would like to see more like bug bounty initiatives for open source as well. So I think there's still a lot to explore. I think like, yeah, it will just grow bigger, I think, and people eventually will start looking for more logic or contextual flaws,
Yeah.
or in each case, flaws that a normal scanner won't be able to pick up.
Before I move on to the last question for this portion, speaking of scanners, did you ever use scanners when you first started?
I don't think I ever used scanners. No. No, but the only thing I did was like copy paste payloads everywhere. I
Yeah.
had like this really exotic cross-site scripting payload, which was basically just like script alert, but like I didn't know like it was some kind of weird polyglot that didn't
Yeah.
make sense. I thought it worked and I just copied it everywhere. So I did no brain hacking, but no like scan hacking.
Yeah, you do the pay and spray. I've been there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how I
yeah.
think that's how everybody starts. You don't understand it, and then you start understanding it, and you make your own payloads, and you go on.
Yeah, because it worked out initially, and then I found no bugs anymore, and then you gotta improve, and that's also something I like about the industry and about the live hacking events is you see everybody improving, and you see targets becoming more tough, and you gotta stay ahead of the game, and sometimes you had to change your strategy. I'm sure like the scanning thing or the Recon game will also change to maybe more specific like contextual things, or like more deep, or yeah, stuff like that.
Um, if you were to only hack on one program for the end of your to the end of your life, like for the rest of your life, what program would it be?
Wow, that's a good question, and I suppose I have to name a public program.
Got it.
Yeah, I
Holy
kind of like
shit!
Verizon.
Sorry,
uh,
hold on one second, NT. I gotta turn this off. Someone just gifted 20 subs, so my alerts are gonna go nuts. Let me turn this off. Thank you for that, Bitwise. I appreciate it. Here, let me turn this off so you don't hear it. Sorry. So if you had one program to hack on, um, what would it be for the rest of your life?
well, I kind of like Verizon, because obviously of the payouts, but also because they have a lot of important applications basically, that like have their own kind of logic stuff. You got mails, you used to have groups, you have like the
Rest in
calendar
peace.
stuff, yeah, and stuff like that. Also, maybe Google, because it's challenging. But for now, like on HackerOne, it would be Verizon, I think,
Yeah.
and then some other private program I can't really talk about. But it's a huge web shop, and I like web shops.
I gotta ask you when we're off what program this is.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So
Don't feel
last question is before we move to the second part of the interview, and I want you to give this your best shot. What's your advice for new beginner hackers who want to get started in the bug bounty community? What advice do you have for them?
do your own thing. I see a lot of people looking up to people, but you don't wanna. a copycat because you know being a copycat like won't really like it will only give you dupes of that person you're trying to copy. Just do your own thing and do your own research, invest enough time, and don't give up, especially because, you know, when I started, and I'll be totally honest about that, I started on Verizon Media as well, and it used to be way easier to find bugs, and I think it can be really discouraging now to get your first bug marked as a duplicate because, you know, everybody's getting into this. But don't give up, basically. But because from the moment like you reach the level that you can find a couple of non-duplicate vulnerabilities, you only start becoming better. It's the first part that is really tough, and I think where a lot of people give up. And if you know if something doesn't work out, just ask for help, but do it in the right way. Provide some context. Don't just ask, "Oh, teach me how to hack. I want to become your like be my mentor," or stuff like that. Because you know, give us a question that has like some challenge for us as well, and we'll be glad to help you with that.
Yeah, I feel you on the question part. I get a lot of highs and can you help me, but I want to know what you want to help with because I don't want to. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I don't want to help, but it's like you had one shot for me to read your DM. Send me your question. Like, hi, can you help me with this? This is what I've tried. I definitely understand that.
Uh-huh.
So
People also underestimate how much DMs we're getting. If it was like one person that would say, "Oh, teach me how to hack," I would maybe consider it. But like, I'm sure this is the same for you, and probably even more, and like stock as well.
uh,
But like, if you would go through your DMs, it's just like it doesn't stop, and then yeah, I don't really respond anymore because you know it takes a lot of time and it just distracts me from my work. But if I see a good question, I will definitely respond to it.
yeah, I agree. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So the second part of the interview is where I have a little bit of fun. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. It's going to be very fast. And the second part of it, I'm going to give you a sentence or a word, or and holy shit, that's another 20 gift. Sorry. Thank you, Britas. I got another 20. I got to turn this off again.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So what I do is I'll say you that word or sentence, and then you tell me whatever that comes to your mind first. However you want to react to it, long or short.
Okay.
What was your first program you ever hacked on?
Verizon Media,
What was your first bounty?
Google,
How much was it? Do you remember?
$100.
Um,
Yeah.
what was your first bug tab you found?
Cross-site scripting. Stored.
Ah, nice. What
No,
was your?
it was the buffer overflow. I forgot about it.
Oh
In
yeah,
the
your
red hack,
PSP.
yeah, my
Uh,
first real hack was the buffer overflow.
what was your first purchase with the bug bounty amount that you got?
Um, Beers for me and my friends. Like the first $100. It was I think it was in the same weekend as my birthday or something like that.
That's
And
fucking awesome.
like it was my birthday party and was like, yeah, we're doing crazy, and I got like some booze for my friends, and I think I spent more than $100 that weekend, and I kind of forgot that I had to pay taxes on that, so it was
Oh
kind
shit.
of
What was your best purchase?
my house.
Nice, awesome. What's your favorite bug type?
Logic flaws, of course.
Let's give a shout out to a couple of hackers you collaborate with.
Arnie Swinen, of course, Peter, NahamSec, Stock. Also, you know, Franz Rosen and Avli Drimbrun for trying. Cable J, Cash Money, you know, basically everybody. I don't want to like forget people.
Yeah, yeah.
I like almost everybody.
Okay, this is your chance to call out for people that you want to collaborate with that you haven't gone to. Give me a few names.
Your, where are you?
Cool. Your favorite tool?
Burp suit.
And let's talk about a non-tech hobby. What's your hobby, man? What do you do for fun?
I like. Uh, what do I like? Wait a sec. I like photoshopping, but that's kind
Oh,
of
of
big.
course.
Like creating, just creating stuff. You know, back. what I did at the radio station, creating small movies or jokes or just writing stuff like that.
Yeah, you mean photoshopping Franz Rosen's face onto Back to Future, right?
Yeah, yeah. I absolutely love it.
All right, so I got the words. I'm gonna give you a word. You tell me whatever comes to your mind, whatever you want to say. Integrity.
My boss, Stan, actually. Stan, because he took me away from the radio station, and it was a funny conversation because I didn't really want to join at first, but it turned out to be such a nice guy, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do this thing together.
That's awesome. HackerOne.
Yeah, live events.
Well, then live events. You can't say HackerOne. Live events. That's what I'm
Oh,
asking.
live events, show and tell.
Ooh. All right. Team Sweden.
Garbage. No, no. I mean, they're okay. They're all right. They're trying.
Team Belgium.
Best in the game.
Best in the game. Ted.
Oh, I miss that guy so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like can you even describe that with one word? Words? I think you can. So I'm not even trying. I miss that guy.
Yeah. Franz Rosen.
I think he has a lot of charisma. He can be at the stage and like everybody will be listening to him, and he does that quite all right actually. He's a good speaker.
Yeah, he's also a very humble guy, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I really like about it. And also like he's really good at it, but he's still willing to help the people that are not necessarily good at it. Without being like a douche or anything, he's open-minded, friendly. I kind of like the guy. I just don't like.
I know you and him do the whole back and forth, the beef that you have, which is really funny. But I know at the end of the day, you guys are, you probably are better friends than you put on a show for.
Yeah, sure.
Bug bounty forum.
Our Slack chats, basically. Slack would be the word.
Recon.
Recon. NahamSec, basically.
Oh, I'm far from it, man.
Recon.
Metallica.
My keyboard. By the way, what does Naham mean, actually? I was looking for it on Google today. What Naham? Is it like Iranian or something? It's like a word because...
It has zero meaning. The word has zero meaning anywhere in the world.
I mean, look, I was doing recon for your name and I didn't find anything, so that's the reason. Okay.
Doesn't
mean anything.
I came up with it. It has a personal meaning. If you want to know about it, I'll tell you in
okay, sure.
That's something that I've never told anybody. I think maybe 3 people know about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
last question. Competition.
Competition. What do you mean, like live hacking competition?
Anything in competition.
Leaderboard.
Yeah.
I love HackerOne's leaderboard. It's like when it makes that noise, everybody's like, "Yeah, what happened?"
When there's a ding sound when everyone gets paid.
Yeah, do you know Team Sweden? They wrote like this tool that like would actually try to figure out how much everybody got, and then it would like, I think it's even in Swedish, like a voice would actually like announce it, like this hacker just got this amount of money. I think that's kind of
So they're probably looking at the bounty amount and seeing how much is going up every time.
Yeah, because at live hacking events it's not public anymore at most live hacking events, and they were like, I was walking up to them and they just said, "Oh, you just got a nice bounty, right?" And I was like, "How do you know?" But it turns out they have like this whole scraping thing for the leaderboard. So I think it's kind of cool.
By the way, what was your largest bounty you've ever got? Because I know you have a crazy amount.
Yeah, that would be 33K from Dropbox. It was actually a little bit less than 33K, but like I don't remember. They have like some really crazy bounty amounts. So
it
would be around
30K plus.
For something that like, obviously I can't really talk about it, but for something that was, I didn't know what was going on. Basically, I didn't know if you ever saw that report
You did
But
a
I
show
was
and
like,
tell on it, right?
no, I didn't. I
Oh.
didn't because it was just so random. I was like, hey, dudes, I got something here. I don't know what it is. And then they were like, yeah, thanks. We'll take care of it. And then I get like,
Thanks, here's
uh,
30K.
but that's all. Like, I have some great bugs like that actually required me to think a little bit, and I got paid like 4 or 5K, which is still nice. But my biggest bounty payouts mostly are like, oh, I found something random, and I don't really know what's going on. So you don't have to be a genius to score bug bounties, basically.
All right, this was really fun, man. I really appreciate you joining. I think I'm gonna look at the questions that the viewers are posting. Let me see. Do you spend most of your time finding new attack vectors like gotcha? And do you do that usually at live hacking events?
Yeah, yeah. So, like, I'm not really looking for new vectors, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, whenever I stumble upon a feature, I just assume that there's a vuln in it, but it's just not discovered yet. But the thing that I do at live hacking events is focus on core, and then you've got to be a little more creative. And when the like when I found, I write down basically all behavior. So
Yeah.
like even if it's just like a stupid basic functionality, I just write it down. And then like I actually the night before the live hacking event, I turn off my computer, look at my paper, and be like, okay, let's start puzzling. And sometimes, yeah, it gives you a new vectors, but it's not like I'm trying to come up with new research. It comes automatically, basically.
How do you
But I
improve? Go ahead one more time.
But I love it when it happens, of course.
Yeah.
When you got, you know that feeling when you got like the like, I don't know, in Belgium we have like a word for it, the aha erlebnis. It's like the moment you know, like, yeah, I got it. So it's awesome.
How do you improve your JavaScript skills?
By doing things manually, like I don't really like do a lot, use a lot of tools, but like just by playing around with it and by reading the docs, actually, there are
Yeah.
some pretty good documentation about it, but just nobody reads them. Um, and also, by just like googling some crazy shit,
Yeah.
and whenever I have a problem, like Google will most likely have the answer, I guess. But coding myself actually also helps. So I found a lot of vulnerabilities. For example, in Meteor, I used to write this huge Facebook framework in Meteor.js, which is a
Mm.
library for JavaScript. It's like some real-time engine that has both the client and the server. And like by writing it, I knew like, okay, these are mistakes other people can make because I just made them. And then I start looking, like I just start scraping the internet and seeing other people making the same mistakes, and then I just hope they have a bounty program.
Do you use any burp plugins?
No, no, I should, but no, never.
What do you do when you find a bug that's out of scope?
Bring it in scope again.
Bring it in scope. Find. I like that. Find a way to put it
My,
in
my
scope.
opinion on scopes is that like you should, and this is not the case for every program, but you should consider the impact in scope or not in scope. And
Yeah.
does it really matter what kind of subdomain it is when you can download like somebody's customer database? I don't think that really matters. What I'm trying to do is, without expectations, I'll go talk to the team, say, you like, here's the behavior. I will definitely tell the team about it, and most of the times, like I try to get it in scope again.
Yeah.
For example, by finding different hosts that have the same bug that are actually in scope, or just by looking at the impact and pivoting from there, maybe.
Or chaining it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, chaining it. Like if you find an open redirect on some useless out of scope subdomain, it can be used for as a ref on an in
Yeah.
scope subdomain.
What's the best response you've ever received from a program?
I think it was back when I did Ticket Trick. I don't know if you remember that one, but
Yep.
basically I found a logic flaw that existed in quite a lot of websites, and I initially reported it to GitLab. And it was a Sunday evening, and they responded like within a couple of hours, I think. And they said like, "Whoa, brilliant!" And I was like, it's always cool when you see people getting excited over your work and like not being able to believe what actually happened. Yeah.
Do you still find XSS with simple payloads?
Yeah, of course. Actually, I don't look for XSS initially. What I do is I look for HTML injection.
Yep.
Like I have simple HTML injection payloads because a lot of people just copy paste like XSS payloads, which can be filtered out. I start with the basics and try to build up on that. Like if there's a lot of times where I find a HTML injection, and then I have to do some fancy work to get it to XSS.
Yep.
But if I would have pasted the XSS payload, it just wouldn't execute.
That's insane. Yeah, I agree. Like why I say that's insane is because I've seen you find an HTML injection and do way more with it than an XSS. But I agree. I did the same approach. I think
whenever you find like a worthless bug, try to work on it and try to come up with so many ways to get it interesting. So that's what I do. Like people often say, yeah, I find like P5s or P4s and flip them to P2s. Actually, I found a pretty cool one at the Buckrad event. I think it was in Stock's vlog.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also like it was some CSS injection. I can't really talk about it, but like just by the way, like nobody cares about CSS injection, right? You know, if you do it the right way, I found like this factor where you could actually like do some really bad stuff with it. But it just takes time to like you gotta put time into P4s, and nobody does that. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm not focusing on this garbage. But usually when I find a P4, I know there's more to it.
So you always try to escalate is what you're doing.
Yeah, or like I won't report it right away. I have like this shelf. Obviously, I will report it like within a decent time frame, but I have this shelf when I'm doing, and that's why I like live hacking events because you have some time to prepare for it.
Yeah.
But like live hacking events give you the time to evaluate your bugs because you know there's no pressure to report them before the event. And then you can see, okay, what kind of bugs, like the paper thing I told you about, okay, what kind of bugs can I combine with what kind of functionalities? And most of the times that actually works. You're basically just chaining stuff. People don't really chain a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Has it ever been a time when you found a logic flaw and a company got pissed that they missed it?
Yeah. Especially with logic flaws, actually, because the thing with logic flaws is while they're cool, some companies don't really consider it vulnerabilities, while the impact is actually kind of huge. There's been this one time where I found like basically a way to get admin access, and the initial reaction, and I'm glad they made up for it afterwards, but the initial reaction was like, yeah, but it's just stupid, you know? But it doesn't really matter how you own a company. It just matters that you own a company.
Right.
So yeah, some logic flaws are so stupid or so logical, or people are so pissed that they missed it that for some reason they don't really want to pay out for it.
Yeah.
So that also happens with logic flaws.
I think the curse about logic flaw is that it's not technical, and people don't realize because it's not technical doesn't mean it's not impactful, right? Because if you think about a ticket tricking thing, it's not technical at all. You just freaking went through an entire logic of how they do things, and then you found that little tiny hole that could give you an advantage to own that entire company.
Yeah, and especially with ticket trick, I've seen bounty amounts from like 50 bucks, or even okay, we're not paying for this, to like I think somebody got 10K for it recently. So you know it depends, but that's also the thing with logic flaw, and also because you're basically chaining stuff or processes that can be secure at their own. The problem is that like the product teams won't really take ownership because they think, you know, our flow is safe.
Yeah.
And the other product team thinks that their flow is also safe. And then you also have like internal disputes about who's responsible for like the gray zone in between, where the actual bug is.
Do you have any upcoming creative write-ups coming out?
Not at this moment. I've done a lot of research with email bounces. Actually, I really like email, by the way. And if you're looking into doing some research or of logic flows, I would definitely recommend to check out like the email processes in general, because I found it this way to, and I'm sure you were there to make password reset emails bounce back to the attacker.
When you
So
own
you
Franz's account?
yeah. I hacked friend's account doing that. That was kind of funny, but yeah, emails. The interesting part about emails is that they somehow bypass the whole authentication flow that a web app may have.
Yeah.
So a web app can have 2FA, they can have like some really like good, like maybe like Okta or something like that, or really strict configured like scoping and stuff like that. But everything is gone in emails. They will just send all your personal information or like other stuff that belongs to your account over emails, and that's what I really like about them. If you can't hack the app, hack their emails, and you just intercept the password reset token, and it's basically game over.
That's really clever. I remember you doing that at one of the live hacking events.
Yeah.
How do you plan on defeating Team Sweden during the next live hacking event? This coming from Ed Overflow.
Yeah, well, I have a pretty good team. Cash Money and Cable J. I can learn a lot from them. And also, we're kind of focused on the same thing, logic flows, and we're kind of alike in the way we do stuff. So I think we have a pretty good team. We'll see who wins it. I'm sure Team Sweden will do their best. And I'm not trying to make predictions or anything. I'm just like we will be doing our best, and obviously we hope we win. But if it doesn't, if it's not the case, we'll win Vegas anyway. So
I have one last question. Speaking about Team Sweden, what made you want to go after Team Sweden? Like, what started all this feud?
yeah, that's, that's a pretty good question. I have how should I say? I come from a town where people like to love with everything that's important or everything that has some kind of status. But it's just like it's a cultural thing. We don't really. It's not that we don't like status, but we like to mock status. And basically, when I joined it, like also the live hacking events, it was all like, oh, Franz Rose and Team Sweden, and I wanted to be like, I wanted to make fun of them just to be like, yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
off. And it was super obvious that I was not that good. I mean, back then as Team Sweden, and I could never even win from them. But I just thought it was funny to be like, yeah, I'll just defeat you, no problem. And I think they also got the joke. So, and then we started doing the Photoshop stuff, and then
Yeah.
a little snowball that starts rolling and rolling and rolling, and at the end you got like this. Yeah, it's crazy.
When are you gonna drop your next meme for Team Sweden for next event?
That's a secret. I mean, my memes are the best kept secret. You'll find out.
Oh, that's great. Well, hey, I want to say thank you for joining me today, dude. That was really, really fun. I appreciate you being here. Um,
No problem. It was absolutely awesome.
yeah, again, I appreciate you being here. This was all of it. I'm gonna post a video for everyone that joined in late. The video is gonna be up not this Monday, but next Monday. Again, this is Inti, also known as Security Inti, not Integrity. He just works at Integrity apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it.
See you.
I'll
Bye
see you
bye.
soon, dude. See ya. All right, that was the interview with Inti, and that was very fun. Now I want to say thank you to Bitwise and was it Bitwise or Bitcode? Let me look up. I can't go higher, but I want to thank you both for it was Bitwise and Little Ibby for all the gifts, the gifted subs. I really appreciate it. I am going to take off now. This video is going to be online next week. But again, thank you all for joining me today. This was really, really fun. I had a blast doing this. Inti has been such an awesome dude to be friends with, and just get to know him was really, really fun. So, wherever you are, thank you all for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me on your Sunday. I'll be back online on Tuesday, and we're going to do some CTFs. But until then, thank you all for joining me. This was really fun, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.